He would smile when nothing was shining. He would smile as he climbed up a tall tree that had a long, overhanging branch. When he reached the branch, he would wrap his long tail ever so tightly around it, and then he would hang upside down by his tail, just like all possums do. He would hang like this for days, just smiling and smiling, and then smiling some more. He was the happiest, smilingest, hangingest possum in the whole forest. One day, some people approached the tree. They had been on a picnic and were on their way back to the city.
Oh, dear me. Look at that possum hanging there. Doesn't he look unhappy?
I'm not unhappy. In fact, I'm very happy. That's why I'm smiling.
No, you're not. You're not smiling. Your mouth isn't smiling.
Yes, it is. I am smiling. People moved away from the tree and whispered.
He isn't smiling. Anyone can see that the corners of his mouth turned down instead of up.
He's just a stupid possum who thinks he's smiling when he isn't.
But I feel sorry for him. He looks so unhappy. Let's take him to the city. That will make him happy, and then he will smile.
Possum, we've decided to do something very nice for you.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Now come down from that tree. We're going to take you to the city and make you smile and be happy.
Oh, please don't bother. I'm happy here where I am, and I know I'm smiling. So you must be mistaken.
How dare you say that we're mistaken? You're not a smiley, smiley possum. You're a stupidly, stupidly possum
Who thinks he's smiling when he isn't.
But I am smiling. The people left and came back later with more people. They took the possum's tree right out of the ground. And left for the city. When they reached the city, they drove straight to a theater.
We're taking you to see a movie. Everyone smiles when they see a movie, and you'll smile too.
But I am smiling.
You're not a smiley, smiley possum. You're a stupidly, stupidly possum
Who thinks he's smiling when he isn't?
So they took him into the movie. After the movie was over, the people looked up at the possum.
He still isn't smiling.
I enjoyed the movie. I thought the story was very good, and I am smiling.
You're not a smiley, smiley possum. You're a stupidly, stupidly possum who thinks he's smiling when he isn't. We will take you to a nightclub. Everyone smiles when they go to a nightclub, and you'll smile too.
So they took him to a nightclub. After they left the nightclub, the people looked up at the possum.
He still isn't smiling. Now they became furious and walked around the tree, shaking their fists at the possum. Stupidly, possum. We are going to make you smile if it takes forever.
Stupidly, possum.
Stupidly,
We're going to
possum.
make you smile if it takes forever.
Make you smile if it takes forever.
Stupidly, possum.
The possum just hung there. He didn't say anything. He looked down at the people and he thought about them. He thought about all the people he had seen in the city. The more he thought about them, the sadder and sadder he became. Until he's very sad.
Look! We may be the possum.
Crowds came running from all directions. They cheered and cheered the people who had made the possum smile. They had their pictures in all the papers because they had made the possum smile. They spoke on television and told everyone they had made Possum. The mayor of the city gave them medals. And they heard how they'd made the possum smile. Lots of medals. But the possum was where they had left him, walking back to the forest. As he crossed the wide street, he heard music in the distance. It was a big parade in honor of the people who had made the possum smile. The possum could barely get across the street in time. The horses in the big parade almost trampled on him, and the marching men almost stepped on him. The big automobile almost ran over him. The possum huddled close beside a large trash can. He was still sad, thinking about all the people he had seen. All night he stayed there, crying softly to himself. In the morning, still crying, he started home. He walked and walked. Days later, he saw the tall trees of the forest. He was home, but he was unhappy. He felt that he would never smile again. But suddenly, he did smile. He smiled when the sun was shining. He smiled when the moon was shining. He smiled when nothing was shining. The rest of his life, highly because he knew that everything that had happened to him must have been a dream. He was sure it had been a dream. For nowhere could there really be people, the people he had seen. It was a dream, wasn't it?